Alright, well, a tree fell down in the backyard. Well, a big branch did. And I got a whole bunch of these logs here. So here it is all cut up. And I thought this would be the perfect opportunity, it's still wet wood, is to take and make myself a mushroom. Let me show you how I make my mushrooms. First things first, let's get this back here so you can see what we're doing here. And there we go. Alright, so I got my mushroom. I got my log that will turn into a mushroom. And alright, should spin about even. Next stop, to the lathe. Here we go. Let's see. Ooh, not quite. Seems like it's a little long for what I want to do here. So let's see if we can get this thing in here. If it's a little too long, I might have to cut it down. So let's see. I'm going to put that in this end. Let's get this, let's see what we can do. Let's center this bad boy right about there. Alright, so let's rough it out. Here we go. And jumping it. Alright, we're getting there. Now we got to spin a little bit better. Let's speed it up a little bit. Let's take a look at it now here. And as it's spinning,
it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip a party like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a fuck, it's not your birthday. We'll party in the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill the bars. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, again and getting rough. We can party in the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill the bars. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, again and getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, so drama in the club. Now that I'm rolling Trey, everybody show me love. When you sell it, give me nigga, get plenty of groupie love. The money ain't nothing changed, roll down, G's up. I see it spinning in the cutting, man, rolling trees up. Just watch how I move when you step before I play up here. Been hit with a few steps, now I walk with a limp. In the hood, in the latest thing, bitch, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me, they love pop. But I ain't y'all, tell you I'm loco.
now we're getting closer to the shape we want. So I'm going to get out my my sanding pad here. Foam, so it meets the edge here. We don't need it to be perfect. I mean, it's a mushroom. And then what we'll do is we'll part it off here, we'll part it off here, and as it dries, it might crack or distort a little bit, but we want just smooth enough so that it'll be okay. And of course, see, the idea is the bark's still on it to give it that look. So let's part it off and let's see what it looks like. Alright, we got her spinning. Let's get the parting tool here and let's get it off this wheel here. I'll get that a little closer. There we go. Let's try a different parting tool. This is my little handmade, used a lawnmower blade that I cut down, and works much better. A little at the bottom, and we should be just about done here. tell that wood is wet because it's steam. That's not smoke. That's the steam coming out of there. And there she is, parted off. We still gotta clip this end, but that's just a quick job on the bandsaw here. Let's clean up the bandsaw here a little bit. Let's lift this up. Turn on the bandsaw. Let's clip that off. We'll head it over to the sander here. Alright, let's see. It's a little rough at this edge, so we'll just... Again, it doesn't want to be perfect. Perfection is boring. What a noise! Alright. And we're just doing the bottom so it'll stand up right here. He's singing to me. A little bit more on the cap, and let's see what she looks like. All right, and there is my. Let's see if we can get a better shot of it. My mushroom. There we go. Get a better shot there of it, and as you can see, it kind of has a little bit of the bark left on it. Now, as this dries out, it's gonna more than likely splinter a little bit. It might get a split down it, but again, we don't want it perfect. I like to say perfection is boring. A little bit of a look to it. It'll age, it'll discolor. If you wanted to finish that off, you could do that. Now, the other thing I've done is I've actually used seasoned wood on my all of my different exotic woods and dried woods and kiln dried woods. You can certainly do that. Then there won't be any splintering, and you can finish it any way you want. But again, with the raw nature of the mushroom is what we like. The cool 15-minute project I think it took. So get out the lathe, make yourself a mushroom, and stick it in the garden, give it to a friend. Costs nothing, and you give it away and you'll put a smile on someone's face, and that's what it's all about. So enjoy your lathe, get out there, make yourself some mushrooms for your friends and family. It makes one heck of a mess. You see all these long shavings because you're cutting wood. It's these long strips, but they dry up pretty easy, and for me, I have a bonus. I take all these chips and they're perfect bedding for my beautiful little snake. Oh yes, final mushroom is done. But it just doesn't sit alone, and if you can see me, the mushroom sits with all the other mushrooms on the shelf. Yes, there's a whole slew of little mushrooms growing up out of my shelf here, and those will all go in the garden or more than likely be gifts or maybe sell at a show. Mushrooms, mushrooms for everyone.